Hi everyone, it is Alex with Holistic Movement Pilates. Today I have a very quick full body workout for you on the reformer, and even though it is a quick workout, it is going to be very challenging. We're going to use a box and then the magic circle for a prop today. Go ahead, put your box on, your reformer short box on. We are going to start with a core series, so if you are longer legged like myself, you are going over your shoulder blocks with your box. I'd say if you're 5'8" or shorter, you can stay in front of your shoulder blocks with your box. And then I just have a blue spring, which is a medium spring on my reformer to start for our next series. We can stay on this spring. Just know your carriage will move in and out just a tiny bit. That is fine if it's moving in and out. Grab your circles. We're gonna sit on our boxes facing our foot bars. And then once we sit, our feet are gonna go right into the strap that's on the wooden platform. Now, when we get here, I see this fairly often in class. People go super wide with their feet. I would go no wider than your hips when you have your feet in the strap. So my feet are just about hip distance away. You can go a little more narrow than that, but just no wider than hips. And then as always, we need to measure a palm's width away from us in the back of our carriages. So our sacrums can roll down. You can have more than that, just no less than that palm's width. We're gonna take our circles into our hands. Our arms are gonna reach out in front of us, and I'm sitting up just nice and tall on top of my sits bones. On an exhale, ready? We're gonna tuck our pelvis. We're gonna think, send the tailbone towards the foot bar. I'm gonna scoop into my core, and I'm gonna roll back as I tuck my pelvis. Now, the idea is that your sacrum, again, the lowest part of your back is gonna touch. You don't have to go any further than that. Eyes should be looking straight through your circle, not up to the ceiling. Circle should be in front of your chest. We take an inhale, we exhale, we scoop into our abdominals, we stack our spines as we come back up. Again, I'm gonna exhale, tuck my pelvis, send my tailbone towards the foot bar as I roll down into my sacrum, pause for that inhale, exhale, scooping into our abdominals to sit back up nice and tall. Let's keep going with those. If you do have a hard time getting your low back down, it helps to squeeze your glutes to tuck even more. So think squeeze your booty, tuck, roll back. Exhale, scoop to come back up. Let's do two more here. And then last one, exhale, roll. Take that inhale, and then exhale as we come all the way back up. Okay, now once we come up, we're gonna go back down and we're gonna hold ourselves down on this one. So arms are gonna reach long. I'm gonna tuck my pelvis. I'm gonna roll about halfway back. I'm gonna pause here. We're gonna do little pulses of our chest. So just little pulses up and down, up and down. I'm thinking like 4 or 5 inches. I'm keeping that tuck of my pelvis the entire time. We're gonna go 4, 3, 2. Last one. Now we have to hold that little lift. So stay here. Inhale, the arms are gonna lift overhead. Exhale, they go back in front of our chest. Stay here. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, back down. Keep that tuck of the pelvis. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Let's do 3, 2, 1, and then coming all the way back up. Ooh, okay, feel free to relax your arms. We're gonna keep our left foot in, our right foot comes out, we rotate towards the right side of the room for side sit-ups. Now, when we're here, again, we need a little space between your hip and the edge of the box so it doesn't feel like you're gonna fall off, doesn't have to be much. Right leg is bent out in front of you. When we come onto our side, my left butt is off the box. So my hips are shifted forward so that they're stacked on top of each other. And then my left leg is going to be long here. Trust your foot, it will catch you here. Take the circle in front of your chest, elbows open wide. Ready, side sit-ups. We're gonna inhale, hinge to the well, and exhale up. Now, if you want to add in a little work with your arms, when you come up, you can squeeze the circle in front of your chest. You can release when you go down. So if you want to squeeze, you can, and then release. Keep the hips and shoulders stacked. We're going to do 3 more side sit-ups. 2. Okay, last one. Now, halfway down, hold, and we pulse for 8. If you want to pulse the circle 2, you can. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold halfway, reach the arms out, bring them back in, reach out and in. Inhale away, exhale back. hold halfway. We're gonna do 3, 2, 1, and come up. Oh. Okay, same thing on the other side. Right foot goes in, left foot comes out. Rotate towards the left side. That left leg should be bent out in front of you. Right leg should be long. Again, shift your right hip forward. So those hips and shoulders are stacked. Elbows wide, circle in front of the chest. Hinge the side to the well for those side sit-ups. Again, lift up. Make sure your hips stay stacked. If you want to add in the squeeze of the circle, you can add in the squeeze. That's an option. Inhale down. Exhale up. We're going to do 4 more. 3, 2, I'm already dreading what's coming next. Last one. Okay, halfway down, hold, pulse your torso. If you want to pulse your circle, you can pulse both. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold halfway, reach the arms out, bend the elbows wide to bring it in. Out and in. Our torso stays still. 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way up. Woo. Okay, now once we come back up, we're gonna step ourselves off to the sides. And if your box was over your shoulder blocks like mine, it has to go in front of your shoulder blocks. We are staying short. We're staying on this medium spring. We're gonna stand on our reformers facing our foot bars with the circles now in between our knees. And then once we get them in between our knees, hands are gonna go onto the foot bar. I'm gonna bring my knees parallel with each other. So you have to start with a squeeze of the circle. The knees and the feet are in line with each other, and we're gonna lift our heels up high into the box. Again, you should already be squeezing your circle. We're gonna push the carriage out into a plank. You're gonna hold. We're gonna squeeze the circle, release, squeeze the circle, release. Hold your planks. Abs are in. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep the squeeze, lift the hips, bring the carriage in. We're gonna move into a squat. I'm gonna bend my knees, lift my chest, keep the squeeze of the circle. Arms are gonna lift off the foot bar. Ready? Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Adjust those circles if you need to. Abs are in. 4, 3, oh my gosh, I'm shaking. 2, 1, take your hands onto the foot bar, push the carriage out, hold. Okay, let's squeeze for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck the pelvis, hike the hips. Make sure you don't release that squeeze. Bend your knees, lift your chest. Hands off the foot bar. Squeeze 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the foot bar. Push that carriage out. Hold. Okay, we're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready? Lift the chest. Bring the carriage in, sink that booty down, lift that chest up. You have to pulse the circle for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the foot bar, push out, hold, squeeze 2, 1. Okay, last one, lift up, bend to come in, squeeze 2, 1, sit your butt onto the box. Okay, take your circle, set it off to the sides. Now, when we set the circle to the sides, we are gonna stand on the box for this next one. If you don't feel comfortable, just keep your toes on the carriage with the heels lifted up onto the box, just like what we did. If you feel comfortable, we're standing on the box. Hands are on the foot bar. Stand on your carriage first. And then if you don't feel comfortable, you'll lift your heels high here with your toes on the carriage. But if you do feel comfortable, toes go onto, or your feet go onto the box. Toes should be all the way like curled over the edge. And I'm gonna push my legs out so I'm in a plank. Hey, let's start with a pike. I'm gonna tuck my pelvis, hike my hips, my carriage comes in, and I push out. Exhale, tuck pike, inhale out. Heels can be lifted the entire time. Scoop and push, and draw your abs into your backs. I'm gonna do 2 more. And then last one. Lift and out. Now just hold that plank. Abs are in. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna step down onto my carriage, and then I'm gonna allow my carriage to come back in. Feel free to give yourselves a little stretch. We are gonna go back into planks. Same thing, if you feel comfortable on the box, step up with me. If you don't, heels are lifted onto the box with the toes on the carriage. Hands are on the foot bar. Again, find the position you feel comfortable with. Then find a plank position again and hold yourselves here, chest over the foot bar. Right foot is gonna go down towards the floor. If you can tap the floor, tap it. Okay, single leg pikes. I'm gonna tuck my pelvis, hike my hips. Right foot is gonna tap the box, and I'm gonna come back down and try to tap the floor. Tuck pike, try to tap the box, tap the floor. Scoop and lift and lower. Now when you go down, make sure that your pelvis is level so that right hip doesn't drop down to hit the floor. Pelvis level, you don't have to touch the floor if you can't get to it. Scoop. Now make sure if you are touching the floor, you're not using your right foot to launch you off the floor. No cheating. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, feel free to step down. Give your wrists a quick roll. We're gonna do the same thing on the left side. Hands back on the foot bar, step to wherever you feel comfortable. Find your planks. You might have to detour your springs on this side. Okay, left foot on the floor, ready? Tuck pike, try to tap the box, and then come back down. Exhale, tuck pike, inhale down. Scoop into your core. Pelvis stays level the entire time. My core is working and my arms are really working. Okay, let's do 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Ooh, bring it on in. Sit yourself on the box. Feel free to give your wrists a little roll, shoulders a little roll. And then we are gonna do some push-ups with our hands on the foot bar. So I'm gonna take my hands back onto the foot bar and I'm gonna kneel onto my box. Just a heads up, the further back you kneel, the more range of motion you'll get, so the more challenging it'll be. The further forward you kneel, less range of motion will make it just a little easier. So up to you where your knees are at. I have mine about a fist distance away from each other, so sit bones distance out. Hands are wide, thumbs are with your fingers. Shift forward, chest is over the foot bar. Knees push out, neutral spines, 10 wide push-ups. Bend wide, press, wide, press. Range of motion is up to you. Abs are in, halfway there. 2, 1, and in. Feel free to give yourselves a little bit of a stretch back. Okay, we're gonna go ahead, step back onto our carriages. I'm gonna do a little counter stretch with my wrist. I'm gonna bring the front of my hands onto the foot bar and just hold. And we are gonna do just some side planks next. So I'm gonna take my left hand to the center of the foot bar, my right hand out to the side. My toes are pointed forward right now, but I am gonna point both of them to the right side. If they can't get flat onto the box, that is fine. I'm gonna start with my chest over my springs and not over my foot bar. I'm gonna push the carriage out, rotate my hips to the right side. Now, if you feel comfortable, you can reach your right arm up to the ceiling, and I do want us to hold this position. Keep that left hip lifted. And now if you feel comfortable, you can bend your knees and extend your legs. That's up to you. Right hand can stay on the foot bar if you need it to. Bend and extend. We'll just do 2 and 1 and out. Now hold. And then we're gonna tuck round. Rotate your hips back to the floor as we come in. Right hand should go back on. Rotate your toes center. Right hand center. Left hand to the side. Rotate your toes to the left. Push the carriage out. Again, if you want to reach your left arm up to the ceiling, you can. If you want to keep it on the foot bar, you can. If you feel comfortable, you can bend your knees and extend the legs. And you can inhale in, exhale out. Just make sure that right hip stays lifted. You can just hold your planks too if you don't feel comfortable here. Okay, now the next time I push out, I'm gonna hold out, and then I'm gonna tuck round, bring my left hand back on. As that carriage comes in, rotate your toes center, and then we're gonna rotate now so we're facing the box. And then once we face the box, I'm gonna take my box off to the left side slightly, so my right side is like completely on the carriage here. My left side is off. Then I'm gonna grab my right strap. I'm gonna stand to the right side. I'm gonna pull in, and the long loop is gonna go onto the arch of my right foot. Now, when we're here, again, stand to the right. I'm gonna carefully, you gotta keep the strap on our foot. I'm gonna carefully take my right foot off the carriage. My left knee is slightly bent, my abs are in. My right knee is bent as well. We're gonna do like donkey kicks here. So I'm gonna press my right leg back and up, and I'm gonna bend to come back in. Press, little lift, and bend. It's an exhale out. Keep the left knee slightly bent. Exhale out and up, inhale back. Okay, let's do 3, 2, and 1. Then when we come back, set your right foot down. Left hip goes onto the side of the box. Left forearm goes into the headrest. Your hips and your shoulders are stacked here. I'm pushing into my left forearm, so I'm lifting out of my shoulder. My right leg lifts hip distance. Ready? We're gonna press out and slightly back, bend to come back in. So same thing as those donkey kicks, but we're on our side. Exhale out, slightly back, inhale, bend. You know what? I want this a little heavier. I'm gonna change to my short loop. Exhale, and inhale. Think, squeeze your booty as you push out. Hips and shoulders stay stacked. Keep pushing into your left forearm. Okay, let's do 2 and 1. Okay, relax the leg. Take the strap off of the foot. You can hang it back up, and then we're gonna face the box again. Again, the box has to now go to the right side, so my left side is completely on the carriage here. I'm gonna grab my strap, long loop, or again, if you wanna go heavier and do short, you can. It's gonna go onto the arch of my foot. Careful, the first setup is, it's hard to keep the strap on your foot. So both hands are more to the left side. We're stepped closer to the left side of our carriage. Then my left foot comes up, both knees are bent. I'm gonna kick my left leg out and slightly up, bend to come back in, out and slightly up, and in. Abs are in. Keep both legs bent. Core is active. Okay, let's do 3, 2, and 1. Okay, set that foot down. Bring your right hip onto the box. Right forearm in your headrest. Bend both knees. Hips and shoulders stacked. This top leg lifts hip distance. Ready? We're gonna press out and slightly back. Bend. I did change to my short loop on this side. I'm gonna change, or on the other side, I'm gonna change to it on this side. So if you want it heavier, feel free to do your short loop. Think, squeeze your booty as you kick that leg back. Inhale, exhale, press, squeeze. Okay, let's do 4, 3, and 1. Okay, strap comes off of your foot, hang it back up onto the peg. We're gonna stay sitting on our box, so we're gonna come up, sit, face your foot bars, into, if you want to scoot your box over so it's center again, you can, into a little figure 4 stretch. So right ankle, left knee, you can push your right knee down, you can fold over your legs as much as you can, just try to stretch out the outside of that right leg and glute. Okay, then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Left ankle, right knee. Feel free to push your knee down, fold over your leg, giving our piriformis a stretch. Okay, untangle. Left foot is gonna go back into that strap. We're gonna rotate to the right side of the room. Side stretch. So we're gonna go to the well. Now, if you can take your hand to the well, your right hand to the well, your left arm can go up and over for a little side body stretch here. If you can and you need to bring like your elbow into your headrest and do it here, you can. If you prefer to hold onto the frame and stretch on the frame, I'll really just leave this up to you. I just want you to stretch out your obliques, nice side body stretch into those lats. Okay, then I am gonna use my hands to come up and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Again, kind of up to you when you get that right foot in. Side stretch. You can either go left form in your headrest up and over, hands on the frame and stretch, or left hand on the floor and stretch, up to you. Okay, bring it all the way back up. We can sit off to the sides. We are all finished with that workout. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me today.